Welcome to yet another episode. Today is a very special day. I have a very special guest, firstly, a dear friend, and she is an icon herself from a girl next door. Now she is the bold and beautiful Ashwathi Ashok. Extremely happy and privileged to have her on my interview channel and a podcast together today on women's health, especially for Women's Day, that's on March 8th. This girl has the braids and has the biceps. She has it all. So excited to talk to her about women's health, about fitness, about training, about diet, everything that's related to women. Welcome. Thank you so much. A formal welcome.
Thank you so much, Smitha, for inviting me in the interview.
Yes. So beginning with your entire journey from fat to fit, how did it all start?
It started at the age of 19 and I was a little plump, and that's when I decided to hit the gym, and I started off with some functional training and some strength training, and I fell in love with it eventually. I didn't know I'll get to this stage. I always thought, okay, I'll go to the gym, come, and it's just going to be a part of my life.
Your message to all the girls or women who want to be where you are.
It's consistency. People fail to be consistent on a long run, and these days people are looking for short-term results, and we see a lot of videos on the internet saying, oh, you can transform in 10 days, you can transform in a month. That's not true, and that's not sustainable on a long term, and a lot of people fall for all this. They fail to understand that fitness has to be a part of their lifestyle. They just look at it as a short-term goal. So that's where the problem arises.
What are the three important tips or advices that you give for them to start their journey and to reach where you are?
So first of all, congratulations for making the choice. This journey is definitely going to be, it's going to demand a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, and it's going to test your patience also to a very great level. So, and also it's a wide ocean. You will always have something or the other to learn, and you will definitely enjoy this process. And all the very best to all of you out there who want to be bodybuilders.
So actually talking about training strategies for men and women, is it different or is it the same?
There are no specific training strategies for men and women. I would highly recommend every individual to focus on various aspects of fitness like strength, endurance, stamina, power, and if you want to go deeper into it, have movements that improve your coordination, balance, agility movements, and you can also explore some various other aspects. I highly recommend to strike a balance between the various fitness aspects.
That's a fantastic way to take fitness forward, because many of them just focus on bodybuilding,
yes,
or agility, or flexibility.
Yes.
It's a mix of everything, that's what you mean.
Yes, that's very true. For the general audience or the general population, I highly recommend striking a balance. But if you love something specifically, go for it.
That's well said. I was just thinking, like, of course I do like building up, strength building, but I do like the entire flexibility concept when it comes to yoga. So I mainly 90% of my workout is yoga. Like you said, 10% would be definitely building up.
That's true, yeah.
How do people react to your physique? Are they intimidated by you in the gym or outside? Of course, it's a man's world when you look at the entire industry of physical fitness or gymming, so-called. How do they react to your body physique?
Sometimes a little intimidated, but mostly luckily my family, friends, or people on social media, they've been very appreciative, they've been very encouraging. They've showed me a lot of love and support, and that is why I've reached here today. So I'm always grateful to them.
Girls are body shaped, very tall or bulky as such. So the typical framework in the society is slim and thin, or maybe the perfect physique, so-called. Many girls are kind of pushing themselves harder to get into that shape, but nevertheless, it's not easy.
Yes.
So what do you say to people who say, oh, she's fat, she's thin, she's bulky, she's tall, and what are your thoughts on body shaming?
It's actually very, very immoral to body shame someone based on how they look. I think these days a lot of teenagers are also getting affected by it. And these days especially, I notice that more than the third person coming and body shaming me or anyone else, it's like we compare ourselves to a very unrealistic people, actors, actresses like on social media or models, and we compare ourselves to them and put ourselves down. It's our body is working very hard for us 24 hours in a day, and it's very important for us to focus on nourishing ourselves by good food, getting some good rest, by sleeping well, giving good movements to our body, to our muscles and bones. And lastly, it's very important to show that love towards ourselves.
So well said. Ashi, tell us about your typical fitness routine.
So, like I said, I love strength training. I love lifting weights. So, mostly my workout routine comprises of lifting weights. And recently, in the recent past, I've also into a ground-based bodyweight movement. It's called animal flow. And weekly once or so, I play badminton. So this is how my routine looks like. So this way I'm able to, maintain a balance between the various aspects like strength, power, flexibility, mobility, agility, coordination. So yeah, that is my typical training routine.
If you can give us a few tips on your diet as to what is your main diet comprising of, is it proteins or carbohydrates, or how do you deal with taking care of yourself when it comes to diet?
So when it comes to my diet, it's very simple. I try to eat home food and it's very simple. I just recommend in a plate, you just divide the plate into two. One half of the plate keep it protein, the other half keep it carbohydrates, and fill the entire other half with fiber. That's your vegetables, and you can have your fruits. And I also make sure to have yogurt in a day. So yes, I make sure to eat at least 80 to 90 grams of protein in a day and have a lot of fibers so that I get my vitamins and minerals from there. And curd or something called morning rice for probiotics. So this is how my typical diet looks like.
What about setbacks and injuries? I'm sure by the time you get to where you are, you would go through a lot of challenges, a lot of setbacks. So how does that affect you, and how do you go through the entire phase of pushing it forward?
Yeah, I've been training for like 7 years now, and I've always seen that the graph doesn't go up. It's always up, down, up, down. So yes, there are going to be setbacks because of personal commitments. Yes, I've had them too. Injuries also in some cases, sometimes very minor negligible injuries, sometimes something a little more serious, like I had a lower back injury 1 or 1.5 years back. So I went really slow for a year. I gave myself the time. I was very easy on myself. And now I'm just going to get back and be the best version of myself.
Yeah, what I want to ask you that never give up attitude.
Yes, that's
how
very
did you
important.
develop that? Because anybody, for a normal person, would think, oh, I've reached this phase, okay, I have this injury, or I'm kind of not confident to do that heavy weights again because this happened to me the last time when I lifted.
I understand this kind of a phobia because I have faced it too personally, and it's also a learning. It was also a little mistakes that I made. I didn't concentrate on mobility or flexibility that much, and now I know the importance of it. So it's good it happened because now I know the importance of being mobile also. So it's always a learning process if you look at it from a different angle and not look at it from a negative point of view, because you're learning something, and always get it back because you're young. Yes.
True.
Yeah. So take that phobia out of your mind.
It's all a mind game, I guess.
Yes, it's
mostly people who lift weights or bodybuilding or even people who are in the physical fitness. It's to move from the thought of, okay, I might injure myself to I'm confident that I'll get through.
Yes, that's so important. It's such a mind game.
So Ashi, how are you going to react to these statements? It's a common myth, or I can say common misconceptions and statements just floating around. Female bodybuilders are feminine.
It's high time they start changing the meaning of femininity in their dictionary.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with you. bodybuilding is unhealthy for women?
See, as long as you're doing it naturally, having more muscles is always healthy, whether it's for women or men. It's going to improve your metabolism. So many women get osteoporosis, or they're affected by bone health issues after the age of 30, 35. So having more muscles will only support you. Lifting weights will only make your bones stronger. So you're only going to get healthy, but not the other way around.
True, absolutely. I think these statements are made by men who are intimidated for sure.
Maybe because it's such a male-dominated society.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Female bodybuilders cannot perform well in other activities.
Like I just mentioned, you get what you concentrate on. If you concentrate on flexibility, you get more flexible. If you concentrate on strength, you get stronger. So have a balance. There are so many bodybuilders who are very, very flexible and who are very strong at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yes. So even powerlifters, for that matter, to do the kind of bench press, they have a technique to arc their back. Now that requires so much of flexibility
Yes.
also. So you can't come up with a general statement like that.
True. Physical fitness is widely accepted as a men's arena.
Maybe it's true. It's maybe because of the societal pressure that women have, and the kind of definition that the society has given for women, and the kind of definition of femininity which is so different.
And your special message to all the women viewers, to all the girls watching you, to be where you are someday. Of course, it's a dream for them. Yeah. What are your advices and your message to our young girls?
Happy Women's Day to everyone out there. I want to remind all the women out there how strong you all are, and I want to appreciate on how you all keep your surroundings happy. This Women's Day, get stronger and let's grow emotionally, mentally, physically and spiritually. Happy Women's Day once again.
Thank you so much, Ashwathi.
Thank you so much, Smitha, for having me on your show.